everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar. We've got some NCAA 14, obviously some Rascot Recreation. So this will be interesting because this is going to be week 1 of the high school playoffs. I forgot, and I appreciate you guys letting me know that, yes, you go ahead and you make the playoffs no matter what your record is. And we didn't have a great record at all, so I'm not too optimistic about how this is going to go. So if this doesn't work well and we end up losing, then I'm going to have to go ahead and have you guys decide what school Rascot Recreation is going to be going to. And I think I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time as well. I'll probably give you guys some choices at the end, and then you guys go ahead and decide what school you would want to see Rascot go to, and we'll go with that. So the thing is playing as a middle linebacker is really tough with getting experience points. So the schools that have offered me scholarships, well, hasn't been any teams that are real powerhouses. So we're going to see how this ends up going. I could do like what I did with Teddy Crocker in college last year, which was just have him be a walk-on at another school. So I might end up doing that. We'll see what happens, though. I might not even have to worry about it. I mean, if I win this game, no big deal. But thanks again, you guys, for giving me the time off a little bit ago. I may need some time off this weekend, too, just for homework and stuff. So I'm working on Network Plus. I know I kind of mentioned that a little bit with you guys. So I'm learning about how computer networks work, things like that. And I was about ready to go into a whole bunch of stuff, as if you guys would be able to, stay up with me on stuff that I'm talking about. I'm sure some of you would, because there's a lot of smart people on this channel here who know a lot of geeky stuff. And so if I'm sitting here talking about IPv6 and the OSI model and all that other stuff, some of you guys would probably be able to follow along, but not gonna worry about it. So. If I don't post anything this weekend, you guys know why, but really getting me excited because we're getting close to the end of the year. I always look forward to that for a lot of reasons. One, because you've got some great holidays. Thanksgiving, a day which is just to eat. You've got Christmas, stuff like that. And yeah, I'm getting excited for next year too. I mean, as we get to the end of the nice weather. I mean, I know we've still got a few more weeks to go before the weather starts to get really bad here, but as you kind of wrap up on this point, you start to get excited about what's happening next year. So, one of the things that I want to do next summer is spend a lot more time being outside and just doing a lot more things to kind of be healthy. You guys probably remember where I announced like I wasn't going to be drinking soda or anything like that anymore, and I've been good. I mean, for over a year and 6 months now, I have not had soda at all. It's just been water, juice, milk, and like a Powerade or Gatorade or something like that. Like that's all that I've been drinking here. That's good, and I've been eating better as well. I bring more lunches to work and don't go out, for fast food and stuff like that, which, is another great thing, but I need to be exercising more. And so I emailed Gus. You guys have heard me talk about Gus a lot of times on the channel, but I emailed him because he's somebody who's like really, really good at being able to take care of himself physically. So I'm like, how do you exercise? And so he mentioned that he always did something that he loved doing. It was basketball. He's really good at basketball, and he just loved playing it. So he's like, it was exercise, but it never seemed like it. So I've been trying to think of like things that I would enjoy doing that would be, exercise. Of course, my favorite sport to play is baseball, but it's not like, I can go shoot hoops or, you know what I mean? Like with basketball, you can do something by yourself. You can shoot hoops. Baseball, you really can't do that too much here. I guess you could throw a baseball at something over and over and over again. I get those screens, but I don't know. I don't have that much space in my backyard to be able to do it either. And so with me chucking baseballs, I don't know. I'd always dreamed of this, like having a batting cage in my backyard. Like I knew a few people when I was living out in California who had batting cages in their backyard. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like a dream come true. But I think what I'm going to do, because we found out the other day that we live really, really close to a lake. Actually, a few lakes out here in Lincoln. So, well, it's outside of Lincoln technically. But I think next year I'm going to be buying a kayak and just going out on the water every little bit. So apparently, if you kayak, you're burning more calories than, if you're just like walking or something like that. I think it'll be kind of cool, just be relaxed out on the water, hanging out, maybe have some music going, stuff like that. Like I've been looking into like waterproof earphones and, a bag to, keep a phone or some type of MP3 in, with a headphone jack in there so I can listen to music or something. But I think that's going to be really cool. For me, it's going to be fun. I mean, I've had a lot of great experiences canoeing, a lot of really bad experiences canoeing. So I don't know how kayaking is going to go. I'm trying to think. I remember when I was in Scouts, I got the canoeing merit badge. I can't remember if kayaking has its own, or if it was like bundled together or something, because I think we talked about kayaking a little bit, or maybe it was just canoeing by yourself. I don't remember. It was like at a summer camp. It was called Camp Cedars. We used to go there every year, and I remember I got my canoeing merit badge there. But anyway, so some of the best experiences, like I said, of my life have been canoeing. So I almost died once, actually canoeing. So I was canoeing with a friend of mine. This was like for a church activity. We were like everybody in the scout troop, and then some other people who were not in the scout troop. We were all going canoeing, and we were going down the Niobrara River here in Nebraska. Anyway, so there was this one part where it like dropped just a little bit. It wasn't that big of a drop at all, but I was in the front, and the guy in the back always steers. Well, he was just like, oh man, and like freaked out, and he threw his paddle in the canoe, and we started to go sideways, and we kind of rolled down the drop, and so we had a dip cup. A dip cup is what you use to be able to like scoop out all the water in your canoe and stuff like that. And it wrapped around my leg, and I got thrown out of the boat, but it was like dragging me behind it, and I couldn't put my foot down, and I was basically drowning, being dragged behind the canoe. But there was finally a turn in the river, and I was able to get my foot down, and I stopped the canoe, and it was just crazy. And it started hailing, and the water was super cold too, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get hypothermia or something, but that didn't happen either. And then one time when we were canoeing up in Minnesota in the Boundary Waters, very, very beautiful part of the country. I'd like to go there again one day. We were at a place called Jackfish Bay on, it was July 3rd, 2003. I remember because there was this big, huge storm, and long story short about this, this is really, really crazy. It was actually a moment that totally changed my life. I could probably do a whole video on this. But there was a storm the night before, and it was blowing over trees and stuff like that. We were all freaked out, and we were on this island up there because there's a ton of lakes. This is the majority of where Minnesota's 10,000 lakes are. But we were on an island that had a whole bunch of trees between us and the wind, so it wasn't even that bad for us. But there was a couple who was in a campsite that was not too far away from us, and a tree had fallen over, and it crushed their tent. And so the guy that was in the tent, he had like this gash above his right eye, and we were at our campsite that night, and he like canoed up to us and told us, he was like, hey, we had this tree fall on us, I can't get my fiance out of the tent and everything. And we sent some of our people to go back with him to try and help out, and we sent like another group too to try and get to Ely, Minnesota. to get help for this guy. And we came to find out that what happened is the tree fell on her back and it broke her back, and she ended up dying basically instantaneously. So that was really, really crazy, but that really changed my perspective on a lot of things. And I don't know, like, it was just a big turning point in my life. So I have like this connection, I guess, or I think I'll forever enjoy canoeing just because of some of the stuff that's happened to me, like it changing my life. And granted, I know canoeing and kayaking are a little bit different here, but just being out on the water and just feeling that peace and serenity, I think it's going to be nice. While at the same time, exercising will be beneficial for me. But I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll probably send out a lot of tweets and stuff like that of me on the water. Anyway, game's tied at 17 apiece. 1 minute, 19 seconds left to go. And this is the time where we've got to make sure Rascot steps up to the plate here. Doesn't allow that to happen. But 4th and 11, timeout's called. Here we are in overtime. So my offense not able to score. The throw to the left side, picks up 3 yards right there. There's really nothing I could have done to be able to prevent that one. So I got to go back in the zone, just wait to see if anything comes my way. Nobody's headed on over to me, so I got to react. And a big, huge hit right there. He's going to get dropped at the 19-yard line. Trying to get the crowd excited. I don't know how much influence that has on a high school game, but he cut in, got right past me. And now they're looking at 1st and goal. I cannot let them score here. And I miss again. Man, I really could have dropped him in the backfield. 2nd and goal. Little toss to the right side. They're going to get in. All right, so the game is over. Not cool. So, here are the schools. West Virginia and Washington have offered me scholarships. So, there's them. But if I kind of go off of the 5-0 pin video, a lot of you guys had also wanted me to go to Oregon or Notre Dame. So I'm going to leave those as the 4 choices. All right, West Virginia, West Virginia, Washington, Oregon, and Notre Dame. So go ahead and comment below. Let me know what school you'd like to see Rascot go to. And in the next video that I'll be doing with him, that'll be the first video that you see him playing for whatever school. I might have to do some practices and stuff like that to kind of reach the top. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks again for watching, you guys. I sure do appreciate it. More of this to come later on, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again. And as always, I hope you have a good one.